All right, this is my Yeti Tumbler. I'm just going to be giving a review and talking about my Yeti Tumbler that I have right here. This is a great cup, okay? I use this for carrying coffee, carrying cold drinks, and I'm going to do a couple of tests. I'm going to do a cold water test with ice and cold water, as well as a hot water test for hot liquids. And I'm also going to show you how I load it inside of my dishwasher, and it's been holding up time after time, and I've had this for quite some while. So let's take a look at the Yeti itself. So here is the bottle. I have a little scuff mark. So if you get a white Yeti tumbler, be aware that you can scuff it up, but I'm sure this comes off with a little bit of wiping, a little bit of elbow grease. Yeah, some of it's coming off right there. So that comes off. But that's one thing to notice when you get a white. You can't be reckless with it because you could scratch off the paint and whatnot. But overall, it's been holding up pretty well. Put it in the dishwasher every single day. Comes stainless steel at the bottom, stainless steel inside. It just has the white coating on the outside. The Yeti right there. And here's the lid. Comes up here. And right here, it has a double gasket right there. It has a double gasket right here to keep the seal in. I'm going to show you that at work. And a lot of people have been talking about the lid on this particular Yeti. With this right here, it snaps into place and snaps out of place. Now you want to make notice, like when you are washing your Yeti, I usually keep this open right here so it gets washed. And if you don't, you see it collects kind of a little bit of crud right there. You can simply wipe that off. But just simply recognize to notice you have to go back and forth to actually get all the crud out of that. Rinse it off, that's the only issue. And you can see some of the crud inside of that, but it's no big deal. You can rinse that off when you're done using your Yeti, pop it in the dishwasher and it's fine. And here's that mag lock thing that everyone's talking about. Locks into place so nothing comes out. And we're gonna see if it actually holds liquid into place. And I'm gonna go ahead and get started with that, but let's go ahead and put it in. See how when I close it, it slides into place, doesn't snap into place, slides into place, and it stays very secure. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut that. And to get it off, you just simply take your finger, push it up on this little nodule right here, and it comes off. So this is the inside of what it looks like. It's just a straight down, actually gets wider around the mouth, but it's generally straight down. I'm gonna go ahead and add some liquid to it. The first thing I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna do the cold water test. I'm gonna add some ice to it. Generally in the summertime, I like adding ice to it with my cold beverage. And going out, the ice stays cold forever. And if you're not a person that likes to add ice, and say for instance, you just want the cold drink, you can pour your cold drink. What I tend to do is I stick this in the freezer for a little bit before I add my cold drink, and it keeps the drink colder for even longer. So I added some ice to it. Now I'm gonna add a little bit of water. Add water in here to keep it cold. Let me add a little bit more ice. Being a little stingy with the ice, add a little bit of ice to it. And when I fill it up, I try not to go above that line right there, the bottom line inside of here. I don't know if you can see that. Let me bring it up. That bottom line right here, try not to go above that because I need to save some room for the cap. So I'm gonna take the cap on. I generally keep it open to let the air come out. Snap it into place. Again, it doesn't snap, you just slide it. And you can take a sip. And so I'm gonna go ahead and close this. All right, and I'm gonna tilt this upside down to show you how well it holds from leaks. There's a little bit of liquid that came out of it from when I had it open when I shut it. And so I'm gonna close it and I'm gonna show you how well it holds. All right, so it does, however, it doesn't stop 100% of the water from flowing, but it does stop a lot. So if you have this sitting in your cup holder, there's nothing gonna come out of it, but if you hold it upside down like I'm doing, some water will leak out of this particular lid. And if that's a problem for you, you can probably get a different type of lid for your Yeti, and that should stop any fluid whatsoever from coming out, regardless if you're doing this for an educational video like I'm doing. All right, so that's the cold water. Let me pour this out and do a hot water test. All right, so let me go ahead and get to that. All right, so I'm gonna do a hot water test, hot liquid test for the Yeti. So right here, I'm gonna make a cup of coffee right here. I'm gonna make some coffee. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour it in here to see if the coffee, the hot liquid, leaks any faster than the cold water. Now we addressed that the cold water, when I added cold ice water to this, it actually stayed in there, but for some reason it does not, it leaks from out of this lid switch right here. This switch right here keeps it open, but when I had it closed, it actually leaked out of that. So I'm gonna see with the hot liquid if it leaks any faster, and we're gonna show it right here. Let me just pour a little bit of coffee in here and we'll get started. All right, take that aside. We're gonna pour the hot liquid inside of the Yeti tumbler. All right, so just enough. You see I brought it up all the way up to the bottom line right there. Let me just get some of this coffee up. All right, so I have this to the bottom line, and I'm gonna go ahead and snap this into place. Now, one thing to notice, when I have the hot liquid or cold liquid inside of the tumbler, it is completely cool on the outside. It does not transfer heat very well. That's the thing that you want. You don't want to pick up your cup and burn your hand or it'd be too cold. So it does insulate it very well. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut this. You can see it fogs up a little bit. See some of the steam come out of the top when I have it open. I can smell the fresh French roasted brewed coffee. So I have this shut. Now we saw what it looked like when it leaked with the cold liquid. Now let's see it with the hot liquid. So I'm gonna have this closed, lid completely shut, and I'm gonna go ahead and it actually pours out faster with hot liquid. I'm gonna do it again. All right, it pours out faster with hot liquid. Now that's something that you'll want to know, that with hot liquid, it does keep liquid inside, but you want to keep it upright because it will leak from outside. So like with this right here, they do have other lids that do not have this open shut feature, which will keep liquid in there to a better degree than with this on-off switch right there. All right, so let me show you how I load it inside of the dishwasher. And all right, so I'm gonna show you how I load my Yeti inside of the dishwasher. Right here I have the dishwasher. It's pretty full right now. So what I tend to do is, if I have space at the top, I generally put the Yeti at the top of the dishwasher. But for some reason, this dishwasher, my dishwasher, can't shut properly. So it's safe to put the cup at the bottom. All right, so I put that in the bottom and make sure it doesn't tilt over. Put it in place where it doesn't tilt over. That's good. But the top, on the other hand, it has a rubber gasket and it's made of plastic. And any dishwasher manufacturer recommends that if you have anything like that, keep it at the top rack of the dishwasher. And the reason why they say to do that is because there's a heating element at the bottom of the dishwasher that may or may not do damage to plastic. All right, so that's how I load in my Yeti cup inside of a dishwasher. Thanks a lot for watching.